We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live, Boxing Ego Unpack. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live.
Hello there. I'm just after getting off the phone with Daniel Kinahan. He's just informed me that the biggest fight in British boxing history has just been agreed. Get up there, my boy! Big shout out, Dan. He got this done. Literally over the line. 2-fight deal. Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua next year. One problem. I've just got to smash Deontay Wilder's face right in the next fight. And then we go into the Joshua fight next year. So there we are. The Gypsy King versus AJ is on for next year, but there's a hurdle in the road called the Bronze Bomber, aka the Knockout King, and I will get onto him and knock him spark out, and then we got on to the big fight. So big thank you, Dan, for getting this deal over the line. All the best. God bless you all. See you soon. Peace out.
What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing if you want to become part of the gang. Notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chat channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We working. Sign up for Patreon below, link in the description, and I'm going to be shifting some of the content over there to Patreon, so you don't want to miss out. You can also hit the YouTube membership join button underneath this video. You'll see a join button by the subscribe button. Click that, become a YouTube channel member, you know, and they have virtually the same perks. Now let's get into it. You guys seen the clip. Tyson Fury is claiming that the fight with Joshua is agreed. He also put this as a caption. It's official. Fury versus Joshua. He misspelled it. Agreed for next year. I gotta smash Deontay Wilder first. Then I'll annihilate Anthony Joshua. We are Spartans. Massive thanks to Daniel Kinahan, I think he spelled his name wrong, for making this happen. God bless. So this is, I guess, like, supposed to be done. Me, I'm not even really pressed about it because I see what he's saying. He said it's done and it's agreed in principle 50-50. But I want to really explore it. You know, I want to explore this and look at this fight. Hold on, where's Frank Warren? So this is an official statement. Okay, this is from Frank Warren. Queensberry Promotion and MTK Global have seen today's commentary in relation to a potential unification fight between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. We can confirm negotiations have taken place between Eddie Hearn and Tyson Fury's advisor, Daniel Kinahan. Both Queensberry and Top Rank, as Tyson's exclusive promoters, and MTK Global, his management team, agreed that this would be the best way forward to the existing relationship between Eddie and Daniel. As with all previous statements, Queensberry, Top Rank, and MTK are committed to working with all parties to get this fight over the line. At this point, we can confirm no contracts have been signed between any of the concerned parties, nor have any specifics been agreed regarding venue, dates, and numerous other key terms. Both sides do accept that any prospective fight will demand a 50-50 split, and both sides accept there will be a rematch. Obviously, we are keen to make that fight for British fan demand and will continue negotiations in order to deliver Tyson his shot at becoming undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Things are going in the right direction, and we couldn't be more happy that a potential mega fight is in reach. So before I even seen this, I was like, that seemed weird, and that seemed like cap. And there's other reasons. Now you have Frank Warren, who is kind of like a fluff piece. He's not going against what is being said totally, but he says they're moving in the right direction. Then you see The Mirror, a UK-based media company, and it says Tyson Fury's promoter Frank Warren brands deal with Anthony Joshua, quote, bullshit, right? Joshua's promoter Eddie Hearn announced the deal had been agreed in principle, but Warren has urged fans to put the champagne back on ice. Wow. He says it's absolute BS, he told Boxing News. We all know it's a 50-50 split. Look, and it's a 2-fight deal that's being discussed, but there's nothing new here. It's all about Hearn. He's an out-and-out dog. So this is what he's saying. And then this is the official statement that I just read for you. Warren later released a statement. So it doesn't sound like they're actually done. Like, they both agreed on the most simplistic thing, that of course Tyson Fury beating Wilder, and if he beats him again, that's the only way he advances to the Joshua. So that's common sense, right? Daniel Kinahan. Hold on. Look at this. Look what this says. It says Daniel Kinahan, and when you typed it up, it said gangster, bro. Tyson Fury thanks gang. Look at the Irish Times. Tyson Fury thanks gang leader Daniel Kinahan for organizing upcoming bout. So, you know, I'm not even going to get into it, but there's a lot of stuff going on with the Daniel Kinahan, and it looks like he's been moving into boxing and works with MTK, and he's been met with a lot of articles. Look, it says mob boss Daniel Kinahan wanted, mob boss Daniel Kinahan. So the guy in question, the MTK Global, you guys see him, this dude right here is in connection with the mob in Ireland or whatever they're saying. And there was a boxing fight that had a shooting. Look. And they said it was tied to his gang or something. You know, you guys could look up. It says, the curious case of Daniel Kinahan. Cocaine scion or boxing's power broker. So it looks like he, I don't know, maybe money laundering, legalized the money or something. It says Daniel Kinahan inherited the family business, the Kinahan cartel. He avoided being shot or jailed and now is carving out a career in the sports. So there's some, it looks like a bit of seedy background with this. I don't know all the stories. I'm sure you guys can send me articles and stuff like that. And this who Tyson Fury is saying got the fight over the line. But then his own actual promoter who he's been with in terms of Queensberry Promotion and Frank Warren just put out a statement and said it's all BS and it's agreed on the most simplistic talking points that weren't really an issue. But this official statement on Frank Warren's website, his promoter, it says, at this point, we can confirm no contracts have been signed. We don't have any dates, venues, and numerous other key terms. So it sounds like, once again, it could happen, but Tyson Fury jumped the gun. Now let's explore this deeper, because the UK, they're the ones that they see this. Yeah, it's happening, British boxing. But again, you're jumping the gun. That's the only thing. First of all, the UK turned on Joshua for these protests, which I'll talk about on my channel. They're saying we're not even supporting him. So it's actually, Eddie Hearn needs some damage control right now because Joshua has been met with a lot of criticism. So to try to throw the dogs off the scent and get people talking favorably about Joshua, this comes out days later. It's kind of ironic. I talked about this in a live stream. Joshua, he never really represented real social issues. So then he jumped out the window with this BLM movement and different things. And now he's speaking his mind. And now his fans, a lot of them that he's built over the long stretch, don't know how to deal with it. And they don't know him for that. Wilder, he's a different breed. He's a different animal. To this day, he's been talking about injustices and inequalities and giving back to the black culture. And now when Wilder's dropping these videos talking about these sensitive social issues, he's not being met with any type of criticism because we've always known Wilder to do that. Meanwhile, Joshua, he remained mum and he remained quiet during a lot of these issues when everything was before this moment, you know, with the George Floyd situation. So now he's being crushed. And what a coincidence. Days later, they say he got a fight with Fury. So it looks like, to me, a distraction. Beyond that, you look at articles, Joshua, he got to fight Kubrat Pulev, right? We don't even know how Joshua will look in that fight. look, I'm trying to pull this up as fast as, right? There was issues with this also. That's one mandatory. Joshua has multiple belts. Joshua world title championship admits he could vacate a belt, right? So they're billing this as an undisputed fight. If he doesn't fight a mandatory and can't get clearance to push them aside, then how is the Joshua Fury fight going to happen? Because Usyk just said that he's not planning on getting out of the way. Like, I think it was, let's see, Boxing Scene might have it, right? Look, Team Usyk prepared to stand firm on mandatory status in lieu of Fury Joshua talks. So Hearn couldn't help himself. He gave no new information. You see what I'm saying? So it's getting so bad in the sport of boxing, the clout chasing. It's such a huge clout chase that we're seeing. And you're seeing this stuff. It's almost like fake news come about and stuff like that. Frank Warren's basically saying, oh, but this isn't true, you know, and this is really no new development. And the way the fans in the UK, you know, and the British teeth and stuff are taking this, they're making it like this is a done deal. But there's several other things that have to play out for this to actually be a reality. Joshua is not even in the position right now where he can even deny Fury 50-50, because it's very argued, and I don't even know if it's even argued, but Fury is considered the #1 heavyweight. You know, Fury brought it back to the UK, and his brand is probably more intact in the UK than Joshua is right now. People lost confidence in them pair of Ruiz fights. So Joshua and Eddie Hearn, it's almost like it's full of shit, because you have no choice but to give Fury 50-50. So that's not really a new development. They were, even before Wilder lost, they said previously that Wilder was not worth 50-50. But then in recent times, when Wilder was knocking out Luis Ortiz before he had recently lost in February to Tyson Fury, they were saying they would be willing to give him 50-50. So that's really no news. Joshua he lost and then got his title back, and his bio and his image was shattered in those pair of Ruiz fights. So you're not in the high horse that you previously were when you fought Klitschko and before that, where you can punk these dudes to take significantly less and you're the man like that. You see what I'm saying? So to me, I didn't get excited when I seen this, because it seems like cap. There are so many other things, like I said, that need to fall in place for this to be a reality. For starters, Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, I feel it's actually asinine and disrespectful to think just because whatever happened in the second Wilder fight, which there's all types of stories and speculations and different perspectives, we'll say, about what happened and if it was fair. So to overlook Wilder would be criminal. You know, Wilder particularly. It just sounds foolish. Wilder has one-punch knockout power. If he has better legs, he comes with a strong mindset. His power's not going anywhere. So he has the ability to knock anybody out. That's just a given. So to overlook him and act like it's just all I got to do. Tyson Fury just did the video. He said, all I got to do is smash his face in. All right, we'll see. Because I know a lot of people, definitely on my channel, that have left me comments, and they said, I'm rocking with Wilder in the third fight. I think Wilder going to body him. I think Fury cheated in the first 2 fights. So I think Wilder will body him. So that alone is a big hurdle. That's not just jumping over a small issue. Like you have to get past Deontay Wilder, who lost his belt, who could come anew. He's been really quiet in general, except for when he's speaking out against social issues and good causes and you know, giving people hope for the pandemic. But other than that, we don't really know what's up. So he's definitely a wild card at best, where you don't really know. If Joshua was able to lose to Ruiz and come back the very next fight and get it back, then why would people believe that Wilder, with his style, with his awkwardness, with his level of power, it's inconceivable. Joshua lost weight and everything played out in his favor where he beat Ruiz, you know? So why would we take that same type of opportunity with Deontay Wilder and throw it out the window and act like he has no chance in the rematch. So that's one big obstacle. Another obstacle is, in my opinion, Joshua didn't even look good in his last fight. He won. Props to him. I give him credit for bouncing back from a miserable performance, but he did not look good. So that alone, the Fury fight is not what it could have been if Joshua would have been the first to fight Fury before the Wilder series or before the Ruiz fight. Beyond that, we don't know if Joshua, like Teddy Atlas said, Humpty Dumpty. We don't know if Humpty Dumpty's put back together again. So I'm being so sincere with you guys. I really don't know what would happen in the Kubrat Pulev. And we know that he's not going to, Joshua's most likely, and it would be horrible if he did do this. It would be even worse. But he's going to fight somebody before the Tyson Fury fight. That would be so dumb for him to have fought in December and then wait the whole year of 2020. Obviously, you couldn't control some of it with the pandemic, but to not fight in 2020 and then go into 2021, presuming that Fury wins and jump right in there with Fury, that would be stupid. That would be dumb to wait. That's like some Keith Thurman stuff. And you've seen Keith Thurman, when he did that, he took 2018 off. He said, this is my get back year. And then he got all the way back. And in 2018, he was inactive. And then he fought in January against Jose Cito Lopez, started off well, but then he ended up getting hurt. So that would hurt Joshua more. So I would have to say that Eddie Hearn and Team Joshua have a little bit more sense than that, than to take a year off and then go into a Fury fight. So that means Joshua is going to be fighting somebody, presumably one of his mandatories, Usyk, or the guy he was scheduled to fight before the pandemic, which is Kubrat Pulev. So with that being said, Pulev has some power and he's been in there with Klitschko, and Joshua, I don't know if he's the same fighter. So Joshua has to get past that. Tyson Fury has to get past a bigger threat in Deontay Wilder, who's definitely not happy that he lost and wants to right his wrongs. So those two obstacles alone are something we can't overlook and just be like, oh, we got Joshua Fury now. Boxing doesn't work like that. And I have a feeling the DAZN curse will strike again. Eddie Hearn doing all this stuff. Mark my words, write this video, notate it, put in your mental Rolodex. The moment you start doing too much in boxing, boxing will do too much to you. It's what I've always seen. Like where you have Canelo and Victor Ortiz are supposed to fight, and all Victor Ortiz had to do, and you could pull all this stuff up, right? Victor Ortiz and Canelo, they were supposed to fight. I've been in the game for a minute, bro. They were supposed to fight. All Victor Ortiz had to do, look, they were even promoting, they were on like same cards and stuff like that. These were like the two guys on Golden Boy that were like kind of the Golden Boys. They were expected to be the future and stuff, and they were promoting and advocating for this fight, right? You guys have to know your boxing. You have to know your boxing. Like me, I know my boxing. Been around for a minute. I'm a gorilla, I'm a dog. I'm a dog, I'm a gorilla, right? These two were supposed to fight. So all Victor Ortiz had to do was to get past a little guy from 140 named Jose Cito Lopez. That's it. That's all he had to do. If he beat Jose Cito Lopez, as the story goes, he was going to fight Canelo at the time. But guess what? Jose Cito Lopez, this is the fight. He proved that he had other plans. And even though Victor Ortiz was pretty much, you would say he was even winning that fight, by the fight's end, he got his jaw broke. You see him right there. Look at that pain. His jaw was broke. Robert Garcia brother yelling at, whoa, what happened, man? Right? And then guess who got the opportunity with Canelo? Boom. Jose Cito Lopez. You can't mess with boxing like that. Excuse me. So that's the reality of boxing. When you try to start looking too far in the future and staging too much, a lot of time something happened. Somebody lose, somebody fail a drug test, somebody looks exposed even if they win, and that great fight that you were banking on no longer has the same mass appeal. And I really see that here. I see a lot that could go wrong here. You guys could look. They were priming Victor Ortiz to fight Canelo. I told you. And it had been brewing for a minute. but Ortiz got his jaw broke. Look, that's I think the shot that broke his jaw. Boom. You never know. Boom, you never know, huh? So this is actually worse for Joshua and Fury. I would say even worse for Joshua, because I think Fury can compartmentalize things a bit better. He showed he can bounce back from the obesity and drug use, so he overall seems a bit more mentally tough. But Joshua, he was supposed to fight Wilder, and that's the fight everyone was talking about, and Wilder was pressuring him, and then the Ruiz fight got too big. He looked spooked. So you never know, man. You never know what is going to become between now, especially like even this pandemic we're in. It's just too many things, bro. This pandemic we're in. Who thought in November of 2019 that by March of 2020 Kobe Bryant would be dead and his daughter, and we'd be in a pandemic? I don't know if anyone could have forecasted those things. So why would you treat boxing any different? Boxing is just expect the unexpected, theater of the unknown. So a lot of people, they were like, oh man, Ego, the fight's on, and DMing me and saying stuff like that and saying I can't wait to hear your thoughts. Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but on my channel, I'm always going to keep it real. I'm always going to keep it real. And this news didn't excite me because a lot of things have to go the right way for this to be a reality. Plus, you have Frank Warren, who's not even really co-signing. He's saying like Eddie Hearn, you know, and basically in the Kinahan mob dude, or they did their own thing and they agreed to a basic thing, and then Tyson Fury got off the phone and got all hyped and pretty much jumped the gun. I mean, it tells you all here in this press release from Fury's promoter. We haven't heard why. Okay, if this fight is done, why Bob Arum ain't said it's done? Why Frank Warren put this press release out? You know, so I'm gonna go off of Tyson Fury, the fighter, and his mob father advisor or whatever he is now, right? And we haven't even heard from him. Like the Kinahan, I don't know if he has social media. He a gangster, so I don't know if he has social media or nothing. You see what I'm saying? So we haven't really heard nothing. So you can't box out his own promoters. Like where they do that at, bro? Where they do that at where the fighter announces it and none of his promoters are on board and saying that? Like, watch, I'll go to Top Rank right now. They got a card. Look, Top Rank got a card this Thursday, tomorrow. So let's see if they announce Joshua Fury. Look, they ain't said nothing about it. So why would I believe this? Why would I believe this? Like I said, it's possible. It could happen. But I'm not getting hyped over this. Where Top Rank? Where their announcement? Look, they putting Wilder pictures. Wilder, that's who we got to fight. They ain't said nothing. And I'm going to watch the Top Rank card tomorrow. Or you guys could tweet me, and if you watch it, and let me know tomorrow on Top Rank's card if I'm supposed to believe what Tyson Fury and Eddie Hearn talking about and this Kinahan dude. If I'm supposed to believe this, then I'm looking forward to Top Rank showing a graphic and giving me the date and the venue and letting me know. Because if it ain't that, if you don't have that, then the fight ain't done like that. So if Bob Arum and the Top Rank commentary crew, I want to hear Andre Ward, Tim Bradley, Tessitore, all them, Bernardo Osuna. I want to hear him talk about not a potential Joshua Fury fight. Tell me where it's happening, where it's going on, what the date is, what the venue is, and promote the fight. But we know that's not the case, and that's not going to happen. But if it does, and I'm wrong, which I won't be, but if I am, I will get on here and let you know. So to me, this is cap. We working. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.